Hey, what's up everyone? Boom Sonic Super here, bringing you a brand new video. And yeah, it's been a year since Sonic Forces was released. Now before I start off this video, I want to just say that sorry for not uploading a video in a while. I really mean it, I'm so sorry guys. Long story short, school kind of got in the way, or well, the real life. And I don't really have a proper excuse, technically speaking, because technically speaking, I just sat on the phone, even though I should have done schoolwork. But technically speaking, school did, make it too intense for me, to upload a video, because I didn't actually do the schoolwork. But then technically it goes back to the fact that it was my own dirty fault that I was just sitting on the phone anyways. So if I just did the schoolwork, I would have, made it in time to upload a video in time, make, actually one video a week, and actually stick to it every single fucking time. But yeah, we all know me because I screwed up again and I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. But yeah, let's just get into the topic of the video, because babble, I cannot babble on and on. I just gotta get into the topic of the video. And yeah, so the topic of the video in question is about, this fact that Sonic Forces just turned 1 year old. Now isn't that amusing? It turned 1 fucking year old. And this is a game, of course, that not many people are very fond of, at least in the Sonic fandom. And I'm pretty sure that, all the people that are watching this, or at least most people, we all know the story. Sonic Forces wasn't, very good level design-wise. Didn't have a very good story. The story had potential, but it ended up, being worse than it should have ended up. It should have ended up better, if anything, because it had so much potential, like Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric story. And it's like, yeah, we're just in the Sonic cycle. That's what people feel from this game, and I feel the same way, because we had before Sonic Boom. There was a lot of hype going around that game as well, just like Sonic Forces, although in Sonic Forces you could argue it was worse. But yeah, what those two games have in common anyways is that the more we got to see from Sonic Boom and Sonic Forces, the less hyped we got. Like on the first reveal, right, the first reveal of Sonic Boom was epic. Oh my god, you go so fast, this is the new take on Sonic. This is awesome, this is like a reboot or, well, spin-off, but it was awesome, right? And then they showed more and more, and the game started looking more like a PS2 game instead of a gorgeous looking PS3 game or whatever. And then, yeah, the game ended up being a slow-paced platform game. Nobody saw that coming from the first reveal trailer, so yeah. Then we have Sonic Forces. The first reveal showed, the epicness of the potential of, a setting, placing Sonic in a setting like this, that Sonic ended up in Sonic Forces, even though the setting ended up in Sonic Forces to actually be not very, very good. But it had that glimpse of potential that truly showed that it could have been way better. And that's what I'm getting at. The first reveal showed the best potential, the best essential appeal of this whole setting. That Eggman took over the world. There was a lot of fire. There was this epic setting going on. It was all dark red, and it was very intense, right? That's what we wanted from this game. But instead, we got a Green Hill Zone. Remember Green Hill Zone? And then remember Chemical Plant Zone, and all the other stuff like, oh, I'm infinite. I'm so edgy. I'm so edgy. And then Shadow again. Oh, I'm so edgy. I'm so edgy. And it's like, they have no understanding of what makes an edgy Sonic character actually edgy and not cringe. So they just end up making cringe characters in the end that weren't too edgy. Like Infinite just running away like a coward in the end in Sonic Forces. Going like, oh my god, I lost. Okay, they didn't go like that, but he still acted, fairly cowardly. And that's a damn shame, because that character had potential, just like Shadow had potential in this game. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Shadow was all terrible in this game. In fact, Shadow wasn't all terrible. But he was just kind of there in the corner, not doing anything. I haven't fully played the game. I think I said this before in the video. If I haven't, then I'm saying it now. But yeah, I haven't fully played this game to the end. And so yeah, I technically don't know fully all the full details on Shadow. But from what I've seen, which was a lot of the game, trust me, a lot, Shadow doesn't do much in the game. And, oh my god, Chaos, as we can see here in the clip, oh my god. They didn't do anything with him, oh my god. But yeah, like, Sonic Forces, Sonic Boom, major disappointments. There was major hype in their first reveals. And one very strong thing they have in common is that, right away, we were hyped for the stories of these games, at least from the first reveals. Like Sonic Forces, Eggman taking over the world, like, that's epic. And then Sonic Boom, Sonic and his friends, exploring an ancient world, a world they haven't explored before. Or a brand new world, a vast world, a tropical world with no humans. And that was cool. Like, those games showed potential of those trailers, but then when the games actually came out and showed their true colors in the end, we got, yeah, not so good stories, to say the least, in these games, from these games. And it's not just that, Shadow is too edgy in both these games. To be fair, he's better in Sonic Forces, but in particular in Sonic Boom, he's too edgy to the point where he's not even Shadow, and the Shadow fans are disappointed as well. And yeah. But yeah, I'm talking just a lot of negative shit about Sonic Forces and about Sonic in general. Just the constant Sonic cycle that seems to be repeating constantly. But I want to, end it on a rather positive note. It is hard, with the state we are now in the Sonic series. Team Sonic Racing got delayed, and I think that was kind of stupid. Even though, don't get me wrong, the last reveal showed some hype. I mean, having a level like that they just showed, which was Sandopolis Act 2, I mean, that's epic. That's so epic. The music, that was epic. The selection of a stage was epic, and it's like, oh my god, they actually brought a level that we actually care about, that haven't been used in 1 million times, like Green Hill Zone or Chemical Plant Zone. Anyways, where was I? Right, so it's so hard at this point to be, optimistic over Sonic, because every time we get hyped and get some form of, glimpse of hype, excitement. Yeah, excitement, that's the word. Like right now with Team Sonic Racing, with Sandopolis Act 2, it's still like, at the end of the day, the game probably will end up mediocre. Because, yeah, like I said before, this is what happened with Sonic Boom, Sonic Forces, and before we had Sonic Lost World. It had potential too, people were excited too, even though the complaint that looked like too much like Mario Galaxy, people were still excited, right? And then we still ended up with a rather mediocre game, a rather mediocre story, even though it showed promise in all those areas. So yeah, it's like, oh my god, yeah, I mean, Sonic Lost World, Sonic Boom, Sonic Forces have very strong things in common. They didn't have very good stories. To most people, they didn't have good level design, or very good at the very least. And oh my god, if that's not telling a clear sign with the Sonic series right now, then I don't know what the hell is, because at this point it's very clear that it's very hard to be optimistic. But for the sake of this video, with me trying to be optimistic, I'll give a glimpse of hope toward the end, very, very closely now. But I just wanted to say, with this being the case, the level design being shit in the last 3 big Sonic titles, and with the stories being fairly shit in the last 3 Sonic titles, it's just disappointing to say the least. And it's like, where's the hope for the series? And I'm a Sonic fan, and I still have hope. Otherwise, I wouldn't still be a Sonic fan. But it's like, it's sometimes hard to have hope when you think about it like this, because I mean, 3 games in a row with terrible level design, terrible stories. Or well, Sonic Forces story was rather decent to me, I think, even though I haven't fully played it yet. But from what I've seen, but still, it's like, come on, guys, you know better than this. Like, come on, Sega, Sonic Team, put your shit together, please. Like, please. You don't know what the hell the fans want. You just put shit together. Green Hill Zone, Chemical Plant Zone. Let's please the classic fans. Let's put in, let's just put in classic Sonic. Please the classic fans. Let's put in Shadow. Please the adventure fans. And also Infinite to please them even more. And it's like, please just stop. Like, please stop. It's like, you can't please everyone. But it's not like they're doing anything wrong. I mean, Spider-Man PS4 did this a lot too. And that game ended up wonderfully, even though it tried to please kinda everyone, even though it didn't. But it it had a main focus at the end of the day, and that's the problem with Sonic Forces. It didn't have a main focus at the end of the day, and that's why it suffered. If it just had a main focus, it would have ended up better, but it didn't. And that's why it wasn't very good, because it had things all over the place, like I just said before, or a moment ago, and it's like, I'm done with this shit. Like, come on. You know better than this, Sega. You know better than this, Sonic Team. Do whatever the hell you have to do. Like, oh my god. Okay, so I'm gonna be optimistic more, because that's what I promised. or at least toward this video in particular. So let's say something optimistic, right? So yeah, okay, something optimistic, something positive, right? Well, Sendopolis Act 2, like I said a million times at this point, looks promising. You know, there's some hope there. Maybe. I don't know how many levels there are left. There aren't many levels left for them to show from Team Sonic Racing. But if the next levels are classic related too, but aren't Chemical Plant Zone or Green Hill Zone, and they're like actual levels that are great to reuse because they haven't been reused like ever, then it's like great. Then it's just like great. So just do that because that's what the fans want. You know, actual rather surprising takes on Sonic, and this is one of the ways to do it, bringing back old levels that haven't been been seen for a long ass while. That's a good way. That's one way of doing it, but there's many more ways that will make it even better. So Sega and Sonic Team obviously has still a long way to go, but you should just hire passionate fans. And I think they realized this with Sonic Mania and Sonic Mania Adventure with their major success, that if you just hire fans that know what they're doing with Sonic and how to handle Sonic, then they know for a fact that Sonic will be successful then, because the fans clearly know better than Sega and Sonic Team, or not all the fans, obviously, but those really, skilled fans like Christian Whitehead and all those others, because they have, in fact, made success for Sonic, as we have seen, and I think Sega and Sonic Team is clearly seeing this, and they're taking advantage of these fans. It's very clear that they're doing it. They've done it multiple times now, ever since, I think, even 2015, 16. So there's hope. There is some hope. Let's try to look positive and assume that this dark age of Sonic, or not dark age, but rather Sonic cycle going on, that it will eventually come to a stop, and that we will just get something rather positive, something rather, I don't know. Actually, on second thought, this is a dark age, but we have hope. We have hope. It's clear that Sonic and Sega are seeing what the fans are able to do. Well, some of them that are really skilled, like I said before. So there's hope. But yeah, anyways, those were some of my random thoughts, and I'm kind of ending up this video kind of randomly, or rather ending the video randomly, because I don't know. I don't have much more to say, or I don't want to say anymore. Yeah, I don't have much more to say at the moment, and this was a rather unprofessional video made. I was just babbling on, babbly, babbling on, not editing too much, not really using a very clear voice, a very happy voice. I'm sorry about that, but I had to get a video out because I know how much that's very important to you guys. So I got it out because sometimes you gotta choose quantity over quality. And of course, I'm not saying that's good all the time because that's not the case. But, I know how important it is for you guys to, have a video out from me. So here you go. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, even though it was rather unprofessional. And if someone is new here, I'm, ending up this video, wrapping it up. Please check out my Twitter and my Discord server. And for you guys in general who haven't checked it out, yes, I've just opened a Discord server, and it's really, really good. It has so much. It's really chill. It's really chill. I will say that, and you should definitely join if you haven't already. I haven't much more to say because I just want to end the video already because my voice is getting too dry. But yeah, I'm gonna end it now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you take care, and yeah, have it nice.